Rural communities across our country are facing an exodus of young people. This program does the opposite, that it brings them home, and not only brings them home, but it tells them, we want your thoughts, we want your ideas, and we want you involved in our community. You're an important part of what we do and what the future is going to be in Appalachian Ohio.
Across Appalachian Ohio, a critical question is being asked. Who is coming next to lead our communities into the future? The Growing Home Fellowship answers this question by equipping young educators, leaders in their own classroom, to become leaders outside the classroom as well. Through coaching, mentorship, and hands-on service, fellows are taking on the region's most pressing challenges, from food insecurity to downtown vitality, to economic stewardship, to service on local boards. They're stepping forward with courage, creativity, and a commitment to a flourishing Appalachian Ohio.
We've talked locally for years about ways to bring our young people back to the community and keep them here with the Foundation for Appalachian Ohio's Growing Home Fellowship. It's a wonderful program to provide an incentive to keep folks here and to bring them back here to serve in roles in their community.
You need the perspective of younger people, and you also need to know that the future is good in their hands. This is taking care of what comes next, to make sure that we have people in place that can be effective leaders and do good things.
Featuring more than 100 outstanding educators in their 20s and 30s, the Growing Home Fellowship provides an annual stipend in return for a 5-year commitment to live, work, and volunteer in Appalachian Ohio. Fellows are now serving in 29 of the region's 32 counties, honing their leadership skills and establishing themselves as effective voices for their communities. Fellows are finding creative ways to make sure that neighbors have access to healthy food. And in Morgan County, one of those efforts took the shape of Fill the Freezer, a program that, in collaboration with the Community Foundation, purchases prize-winning livestock from our 4-H and FFA students, processes the meat locally, and donates it to area food banks. For fellows Chase Meyer and Devin Iyer, it's a chance to bring a proven idea home and rally their community behind it.
So we're really excited to have Fill the Freezer at the Morgan County Fair. The Community Fund, before I was on the board, had approached me and were like, we really want this to happen. We really think it's a great program. Can you kind of help make it happen?
So I grew up showing hogs random happenstance. I always go to the Perry County Fair just for fun, and I was over there one time and saw it. I was like, it's a really cool, interesting concept to be able to use this project that we're already doing to give back to the community and keep everything local.
I was at a fair board meeting when Chase Myers and Devin Iyer came to the meeting and was talking about it. Their presentation made the decision of the fair board. There was no, do you think we ought to do that? No, it was, hey, this is what we're going to do this year, and if we can build on it each year because of them, then we're a better off community for them. It
was scary to think about kind of stepping out of the comfort of my classroom and doing something else because I'm comfortable here. You know, this is what I do every day. It's what I went to school to do, but it's not near as comfortable when you take me out of my classroom and expect me to help lead adults.
Getting in front of a crowd is not abnormal for me. I mean, every Friday night I'm up waving my hands like a goofball in front of a few thousand people, but getting into a room with 3 or 4 other people of power that have a voice and have some experience, that can be really intimidating.
And just a few miles away, another fellow saw food insecurity through the eyes of her students and decided to take action in a different way.
My project is called Farm to Family, and we are a mobile food pantry. We take food that has been produced in Morgan County and we compensate the farmers for their produce, and then we deliver it to families who need access to fresh food. Working with teenagers every day, I see how hungry they are, and I hear the stories that they tell about the food that they have available at home. One of the issues that we have in this community is we're so spread out, and we have one grocery store in the center of town, and there's people who it would take them 30, 40 minutes to get to that one grocery store if they had a ride. That's where I wanted to take my project one step further and actually take the food to the doors of the people with the education on how to use it so that it would get used. I've always wanted to get involved in my community. I've always wanted to do something that would make a difference. I don't think I would have even known where to begin if it wasn't for the help of FAO. I would say the biggest impact the fellowship has had on me personally is forcing me outside of my comfort zone. I'm more confident in my position as a community member, I guess. I see myself as somebody who wants to make things better, and so I'm the one who has to do that.
From filling freezers to delivering fresh produce to creating community gardens, fellows are finding innovative ways to make sure that families have food on the table, healthy local food that strengthens their communities in the process. They're gaining valuable skills and confidence to step far beyond their classrooms and into true community leadership. In some cases, this means participating in local government. In Nelsonville, fellows Casey Cox and Court Forgrave have taken their passion for recreation in their local communities and turned it into public service, joining the Parks and Recreation Board, where they're working alongside local leaders to shape their community's future.
I have several projects I'm doing through the Growing Home Fellowship with the Parks and Rec. Here I brought forth some of my plans tonight to just share them with City Council and let them see what their thoughts were. This can be so threatening, I feel like. A lot of people, they see like kind of the legalese of City Council and committee meetings, and it kind of scares them away, and they see all the drama with it and they don't want to deal with it. In a small town like most of rural Appalachia, that's how you make change, is getting involved and kind of getting uncomfortable with the things that scare people away.
It goes back to what Kara says at every one of our retreats is who's next. And I want Nelsonville to be a better place for my kids. I think it's just kind of challenged me to do things that I don't normally do. I mean, as a teacher, I can sit and talk to 5th grade kids every day of the week and I don't bat an eye, but I mean, speaking in front of a city council meeting or just going to a Parks and Rec meeting and talking is just something I probably wouldn't have done on my own unless I had joined the Growing Home Fellowship.
Beyond government committees, Growing Home Fellows are also helping to bring new life to Appalachian downtowns by supporting local festivals, concert series, and community events. They're fostering pride of place, drawing people together, and laying the groundwork for economic growth. In Coshocton, 2 fellows have joined Our Town Coshocton's promotional committee to strengthen its summer concert series.
With the fellowship, I am working on a project with Our Town Coshocton. We're trying to revitalize and make our main street something that people from out of town want to come to, people from our community are proud of. The concert series is kind of really neat. It brings in community for sure, but also people outside of our community. And that also helps our downtown too, because people kind of get to see the businesses and the things that we have to offer. I've never seen our downtown more full. Everyone's giving a little bit. I feel like we all work together and it makes this beautiful thing that everyone's proud to say is theirs.
And in Lawrence County, fellow Zoe Clay is working with Third and Center to expand community events like the Summer Solstice Festival. It's part of a broader effort to build connection and momentum for her hometown's future.
So this is our 4th annual Summer Solstice Festival. It is an all-day event. This is the best day of the year to have a place where families can come and celebrate and be together. I think the fellowship really pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and just get out in the community more and be that change maker instead of just kind of a participant in it. And for me, it's been an absolute wonderful experience. It encouraged me. I'm from Ironton and was kind of on the fence if I wanted to stay here or if I wanted to go off and, you know, create a new path, and it really just instilled in me that this is where I belong and this is where I want to be, and giving back to my community as well as having a family here myself.
Fellows are also assuming leadership roles in civic organizations like the Newcomerstown Elks Lodge and the Lucasville Kiwanis Club.
Where can we be of service to others, whether that is with the soup kitchen or helping kids get school supplies or helping local schools get shoes or glasses to wear. Really, they're just looking out and seeing what is needed.
The fellowship has definitely helped my role in the Kiwanis Club. I feel like it helped build my confidence, definitely has helped like shape who I am and like how I show up in my club, and it's really impactful.
Alongside projects that address food insecurity, downtown vitality, and regional arts and culture, fellows are stepping into another critical FAO pillar, environmental stewardship, protecting the land and water that sustain the health and spirit of local communities. In Scioto County, fellow Charlie Monovan has joined with a grassroots group working to protect one of the region's most pristine watersheds.
I am partnering with the Friends of Scioto Brush Creek to help conserve the water quality of Scioto Brush Creek and hopefully preserve the hellbender species that lives there. The hellbender is a canary in the coal mine species. They do not tolerate water pollution, and it's our goal to educate our community on how to keep that water quality up and how to better enjoy the stream that we were given. We are in the process of potentially buying a backpack shocker, which will help our group's goal of hopefully becoming an Ohio Scenic River. Being in the Growing Home Fellowship has given me the confidence that I've needed to step out of my comfort zone, join this group, join the board, apply to a few grants, and meet new people, again, who have similar views that are willing to help. It's just been like a trampoline of help that has just shown me that ordinary people are more capable of doing what they want to do, especially when given support.
Appalachian Ohio is known for our rich literary and storytelling tradition. Building on this, fellows Kaylee Cox and Brianna Johnson created the Appalachian Literary Arts and Storytelling Festival, drawing artists from across the region and sparking new inspiration through the power of storytelling. The inaugural festival last year drew roughly 700 people to downtown Nelsonville, over 2 days fostering a deeper appreciation of Appalachian arts and culture and providing an economic boost to downtown businesses.
We had the first annual Appalachian Literary Arts and Storytelling Festival. So much of it did feel like it was a community that was putting it on. It didn't feel like it was just me. I never would have signed up for something like this because I never thought of myself as someone who could be kind of at the face of something. And I've lived here since 2012, but I've never really felt like it was my place until the Growing Home Fellowship.
I think through the fellowship I have been given a lot of opportunities to learn from great leaders as to what kind of skills do you need to develop this kind of an event. But also I think the big thing for me through the fellowship is just confidence to do something like this. I definitely see myself differently now.
The stories you've heard are just the beginning. With each new project, Growing Home Fellows are transforming themselves, their communities, and the future of Appalachian Ohio. The question of who comes next will be answered only if this work continues to grow. Perhaps Devin Iyer best captures the essence and promise of the Growing Home Fellows program.
I always thought that changing the community for me was going to be in the classroom, but because of the foundation, I was able to step outside of the classroom and start changing the community.
With your support, more fellows can step beyond the classroom and into the leadership roles that our region urgently needs. Together, we can ensure that Appalachian Ohio flourishes for this generation and for decades to come.